Welcome to Society and Culture Insights with Mzeunique. Here we take a deep dive into the ideas, trends, and events that shape our world. We reflect on complexities of society, explore cultural shifts, and share insights to help get through the things that affects us all and challenges our thinking. So go grab your favorite cup of drink or joe and sit on back and relax. And let's hear what Mzeunique has to say today. Welcome to Society and Culture Insights. Oh yeah, but we dive deep into the world we share with Mzeunique. We've got so much to say. Grab your coffee and let's start the day.
Welcome back to Society and Culture Insights with Mzeunique. I'm your host, Mzeunique, and it's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's time to power through the rest of the week. Wednesdays can feel like a mix of relief and challenge. You've made it halfway, but the finish line isn't quite in sight. So let's start with some quick tips to recharge your energy and tackle the rest of the week with confidence. Tip number 1, prioritize your tasks. You want to focus on the top 3 things you need to accomplish today. Keep it simple to avoid feeling overwhelmed or burned out. Tip number 2, move your body. A quick stretch, walk, or even a dance break can shake off any midweek slump. Yeah, just break on dancing. Tip number 3, hydrate and nourish yourself. Don't underestimate the power of a glass of water or a healthy snack to refuel your body and mind. And finally, you want to celebrate your small wins by looking back at what you've accomplished so far this week when we get to Friday. And no matter how small, acknowledge your efforts and use them as motivation to keep going. Now, speaking of focus and recharging, today's episode is about something we often overlook: privacy. In a world that constantly demands our attention and information, how can we reclaim our personal space and protect what's most sacred to us? This year, let's make privacy a priority, not just digital privacy, but emotional and mental privacy too. We're going to dive into why privacy matters, how to set boundaries, and practical steps you can take to safeguard your space in 2025. So go ahead and grab your notebook, settle in, and let's get started.
Hey there, it's Unique. Are you ready to dive into life's biggest questions, explore thought-provoking topics, and gain fresh perspectives on the world around us? Then you need to tune in to Society and Culture. Insights with me. Each week, we're breaking down hot-button issues, uncovering hidden truths, and giving you practical tips to navigate life with confidence and clarity. Whether it's trending topics, personal growth, or what's shaping our society, we're having the conversations you need to hear. But guess what? The conversation doesn't stop here. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes moments, and extended episodes you won't want to miss. Insights with me. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the Society and Culture Insights family. Let's grow, learn, and inspire together. YouTube and never miss an episode. I'll see you there. And your journey where whiskey flows, discovering truths that life bestows. In every heartbeat, a new perspective grows. Join us now, where understanding shows. It's empathy, inside the beat. It's empathy.
All right, let's get into why privacy matters. In our hyper-connected world, it's easy to feel like we're always on display. Social media, workplace expectations, and even well-meaning friends and family can leave us feeling like there's no place to just be. But privacy is more than just shutting the door or turning off your phone. It's about creating a space where you can recharge, reflect, and reconnect with yourself. When we protect our privacy, we're not being secretive or shutting people out. We're setting boundaries that preserve our mental and emotional well-being. Think of privacy as the foundation of self-care. Without it, it's hard to know what we truly want or need because we're constantly bombarded by external influences. Privacy also allows us to foster deep, more meaningful connections. When we're intentional about what we share and with whom, we're creating authentic interactions instead of scattering our energy everywhere. It's about quality over quantity in our relationships and interactions. And let's not forget about digital privacy. With so much of our lives online, we all got cell phones these days. Protecting our personal information is more important than ever. Our data, everything from our browsing habits to our personal photos, well, it's a reflection of who we are. Safeguarding it is a way of saying, this is my life and I get to decide who sees it. So when was the last time you heard someone tell their child not to talk to strangers? In today's world, that's a bit hard, right? With social media, online gaming, and the ever-connected digital world, the concept of strangers has changed. Now, a stranger might be someone sliding into your DMs, commenting on your posts, or joining your virtual gaming lobby. You can even see them commenting on your posts. It's not just as simple as just avoiding unfamiliar faces on the street. Because they're going to see you in the store one day and be like, hey, ain't you my Facebook friend? This shift in how we interact with strangers highlights the importance of teaching and practicing privacy. It's not just for kids, but ourselves too. The reality is our lives are more public than ever before, and while connection is great, it's equally important to protect certain aspects of who we are and what we share. Think about it. How much of your life do you share without even realizing it? A quick post about what you're eating, a photo with a geotag, or even using apps that require access to your location can open doors for more exposure than you might be comfortable with. And it's not just about avoiding bad actors, it's also about maintaining a sense of self that isn't constantly under scrutiny or influence. We're living in a time where being cautious isn't about being paranoid, it's about being empowered. Teaching kids, as well as reminding ourselves how to identify safe boundaries in a hyper-connected world, is a form of modern survival these days. But let's be honest, drawing those lines isn't easy. From peer pressure to algorithms designed to keep us engaged, there's always a reason to share just a little more. That's why reclaiming privacy starts with awareness. And after the next break, we're going to dig into how we can reclaim our privacy, starting with that awareness. Trust me, this is a conversation you'll want to hear because your peace of mind is worth it, and it's no such thing as not talking to strangers anymore.
Dream Kitchen's perfect fast. It's all in reach. 833-453-1315 will make you sleep. Upgrade your home, make it shine. Reminder today, it's your time. 833-453-1315 for the kitchen and
Welcome back to Society and Culture Insights with Ms. Unique. Before the break, we were talking about how easy it is to overshare in today's hyper-connected world. Now let's dive into how we can start reclaiming our privacy with a little awareness and some intentional changes. In the past, privacy was simpler, wasn't it? It was about locking your doors, keeping your diary tucked away, or simply choosing not to answer the phone. But now, in this digital age, privacy has become more complex. It's not just about physical boundaries, it's about digital ones too. Every click, every share, every purchase, these actions tell a story about you. And here's the thing, those stories are valuable. Companies, advertisers, and even hackers are eager to know as much about you as possible. So, reclaiming your privacy isn't just about protecting your secrets, it's about taking back control of your narrative. But here's the silver lining. Prioritizing privacy in today's world doesn't mean withdrawing from life. It's about finding balance. It's about being mindful of what you share and with whom, while still being able to connect and engage in meaningful ways. Let's start with the basics of reclaiming your privacy. First, awareness is everything. Awareness is one of those concepts that sounds simple but carries so much depth. At its core, awareness is the ability to notice, observe, and understand what's happening, both within you and around you. It's about being present in the moment, truly paying attention, and acknowledging the reality of your experiences without judgment. Think of awareness as a flashlight in a dark room. When you turn it on, you start to see what's been hidden in the shadows, whether it's your thoughts, emotions, habits, or the things happening in your environment. It's the first step to understanding, and understanding leads to intentional action. But what does it mean to truly be aware? Being aware means recognizing your thoughts and feelings as they arise. For example, when you're feeling stressed, instead of just reacting, awareness helps you pause and ask, why do I feel this way? What triggered this? What do I need right now? It's about being curious instead of reactive. Awareness also extends to how we interact with the world. It's about noticing the impact of your choices, not only on yourself but on others. It's about seeing patterns like how scrolling social media affects your mood or how oversharing online makes you feel vulnerable later. And here's the thing, awareness doesn't require you to fix everything at all or all at once. It's not about perfection, it's about seeing clearly so you can make better, more intentional decisions. In the context of privacy, awareness means understanding how much of your personal life is accessible to others, whether through your words, your digital footprint, or even your body language. It means taking stock of what you're sharing and why you're sharing it, and whether it aligns with your values and intentions. Let's talk about why you're sharing and where, and what you're sharing. Every post, every comment, every online interaction leaves a trail. A lot of the time, we're not even aware of how far that trail stretches. Do you really need to announce your weekend plans to the world, or could it feel more meaningful to just share that with a close friend? But privacy isn't just about what's online. It's about what you allow into your personal space in everyday life. If you're the person who's always saying yes to every invitation or feel pressure to share all your personal stories, let me tell you this, you don't have to. It's okay to keep some things just for you. Privacy is really about protecting your peace and creating boundaries that work for you. Now let me ask you this. When was the last time you set a boundary to protect your privacy? If it's been a while, don't worry. After the break, we'll explore how to identify areas where privacy might be slipping through the cracks and practical steps to reclaim your space. Stick with me. We'll be right back.
Bugs and pests on the run. Call 844-958-7833. We'll get it done. Safe, fast, we're pest free bound. Your home's the safest spot in town. call 844-957-8333 for expert pest control.
Welcome back. Now, before the break, we talked about the importance of privacy and how it's more than just keeping secrets. It's about protecting your peace, your time, and your personal space. Now, let's dive into something practical, identifying where your privacy might be slipping through the cracks and what you can do about it. Let me start with the question. When was the last time you took a good, hard look at your digital footprint? Social media, apps, even emails, it's all out there, sometimes more than we even realize. Take social media, for example. Have you ever shared your location in real time or posted a photo without thinking about who might see it? It's so easy to do, right? But here's the thing. Each post, each check-in, each comment, it all adds up. Here's a tip. Start by reviewing your privacy settings on all platforms. Make sure you know who can see your posts and information. Set your profiles to private if you haven't already. And those apps on your phone, are they tracking your location or accessing your camera? If they don't need it, turn off those permissions. Now let's shift to how we communicate. There's public Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's convenient, but it's also risky. Have you ever entered into your bank info or logged into an account while connected to an unsecured network, which is public Wi-Fi? If so, it's time to reconsider. Use a VPN or wait until you're on a secure connection. Another big one is messaging apps. Are you using platforms that encrypt your conversations? If not, it might be time to switch to something more secure. Your conversations deserve the same level of privacy as your diary, as your personal life. But privacy isn't just about what we do online. Think about your home. Do you have smart devices like speakers or cameras? Are they password protected? Or are they just sitting there, vulnerable to breaches? And what about your physical mail? Are you shredding documents with personal information before tossing them? I was guilty of that. Need to learn how to put my shredder to use. Oh, and let's not forget about the workplace. Are you oversharing with coworkers or leaving sensitive files open on your computer screen? Privacy is just as crucial at work as it is at home. Now, I know this might feel like a lot, but the key is awareness. Start small. Begin with one area, your social media, your emails, or even the conversations you're having, and take a step to secure it. Privacy isn't about shutting the world out. It's about setting boundaries that make you feel safe and in control. Now let's get into how to reclaim that privacy. First, start by identifying where your boundaries are weak. And you can ask yourself these 3 questions. Question number 1. Do you feel overwhelmed by the amount of personal information others have access to? Question number 2. Are you often saying yes to things that drain your energy or compromise your values? And question number 3. How often do you find yourself sharing details you later regret, whether online or in conversation? Because you do know when you delete it, it's not really deleted, right? These questions aren't meant to make you feel guilty, but to shine a light on where you might need to tighten things up. Now here's where the real work begins, reclaiming your privacy through intentional action. Let's break down into a few simple steps. Number 1, access your digital presence. Take a moment to review your online accounts and the information you've shared. Are there platforms you no longer use but still have personal data on? You can deactivate or delete those accounts. Adjust your privacy settings on your social media and be mindful of what you post moving forward. Number 2, practice mindful sharing. Before you share anything online or offline, pause and ask yourself, why am I sharing this and who really needs to know? Because it's okay for people to mind their damn business. And sometimes less is more. Sharing intentionally protects your energy and keeps unnecessary opinions out of your space. Number 3, communicate boundaries clearly, whether it's at work, with family, or in social situations. Let people know where your lines are. For example, if someone presses you for personal details, you can simply say, I prefer to keep that private. You don't owe anyone any explanation beyond what you're comfortable giving. Number 4, take time to unplug. We live in a hyper-connected world, but that doesn't mean you have to be available 24/7. Schedule regular, tech-free time to recharge. You can go for a walk, read a book, or just sit in silence. Reclaiming your privacy starts with creating moments where you're not accessible to everyone. Remember, privacy isn't about shutting people out. It's about protecting the energy and space you need to show up as your best self. It's about creating a life where you feel safe, respected, and in control. After the break, we're going to talk about how these small steps to reclaim your privacy that we just went over can ripple out to positively impact your mental health, your relationships, and overall well-being. Stick with me. This next part might just inspire you to embrace privacy as a form of self-care.
Heat too high or AC's low. Call 833-452-2222. 7 for the pros. Install and repair, we're here for you. Keep your home comfy all year through. Call 833-452-2227 for expert. AKVSE service. Good time. All the Jupiter's down when I'm at the
Welcome back to Society and Culture Insights with Mzeunique. If you're just tuning in, we've been diving into the importance of privacy, what it means, how to reclaim it, and why it matters now more than ever. Before the break, we talked about practical ways to protect your space, like assessing your digital presence, practicing mindful sharing, setting boundaries, and taking breaks. But here's where it gets exciting. Reclaiming your privacy doesn't just protect you, it transforms your life. Let's explore the ripple effects of embracing privacy as a form of self-care. First, let's talk about mental health. When you set boundaries and create intentional space, you reduce the noise in your life. Fewer distractions and less external pressure allow you to focus on what really matters. It's like clearing out a cluttered room. You can breathe, you can think clearly, and feel more at peace. Privacy also helps reduce decision fatigue. Think about it. When you're constantly exposed to opinions, notifications, and unsolicited advice, it's easy to get overwhelmed. By limiting access to your energy and attention, you free up mental bandwidth for the decisions that truly matter. Now let's move to relationships. Believe it or not, setting boundaries around your privacy can actually strengthen your connections with others. Here's why. When you're intentional about what you share, your interactions become more meaningful. People respect you more when they see that you're respecting yourself. And those who truly value you will honor your boundaries rather than push against them. And here's another key benefit: opportunity alignment. When you protect your space, you open the door for the right opportunities to come your way. Instead of saying yes to everything and spreading yourself thin, you can focus your energy on the things that align with your goals and values. Let me share a quick story. I once knew someone who used to say yes to every social invite, project, and favor. They thought it would make them more likable and successful. But instead, they felt drained, resentful, and stuck in a cycle of overcommitment. It wasn't until they started saying no and prioritizing their privacy that they found the energy to pursue their true passions. And guess what? Their relationships and career flourished because they were finally showing up as their authentic self. So here's my challenge to you. What's one area of your life where you can reclaim a little more privacy? Maybe it's setting stricter boundaries at work. Maybe it's more selective about who you share online. Or maybe it's carving out time each day to unplug and reconnect with yourself. When you prioritize your privacy, you're not just protecting your energy, you're investing in your future. You're creating space for growth, clarity, and peace. As we wrap up today's conversation, I want to leave you with this thought. Privacy isn't about isolation, it's about intention. It's about choosing what and who you let into your life. And when you do that with care, you set the stage for life in a life that's not only fulfilling, but truly your own and not based on others. Thank you for joining me today on Society and Culture Insights with Mzeunique. I hope this episode inspires you to take a closer look at the role privacy plays in your life and how you can reclaim it in a small but powerful way. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. It helps us grow and keeps the conversation going. Until next time, stay true to yourself, protect your space, and always remember, you are worth the peace that privacy brings. See you next time, and have a great rest of your week.
Stay connected with the pulse of your community.
FCFBI.com.
From breaking news